Good morning, everyone, and welcome to episode 245 of the On Air Advocate. Where at the On Air Advocate, we look to provide education, support, and empowerment for all of those with different abilities, mental and medical illnesses, and their caregivers. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Tammy Flynn, and I am the host and producer of the On Air Advocate. And I am super excited to see if you are joining us this early Friday morning, or whether you are catching this on the replay. Now, as always, whatever social media application you might be viewing this from, please hit the share button and share the love with others. Well, if you guys caught us yesterday, you know with the kickoff of 2021, we are taking a deep dive into National Blood Donor Month. And I am so excited today to have with me Laura McGuire. She is the communications manager for the American Red Cross, and she is here to give us all the details on blood donation and all the things you can get involved with this month. So even though I visually can't see you, I can hear you in your spirit. So Laura, welcome.
Hi, Tammy. Thank you so much for having me on our broadcast. We are thrilled to be able to talk about the Red Cross and our mission. As you know, the Red Cross is always in the community helping people. And if it's disasters, if it's training people on fire safety, we're there for a number of reasons. And we're really excited to talk about January being Blood Donation Month. And what I can tell you right now with the need for blood is we do have a very urgent need for convalescent plasma. And I'll go into that in a little bit as to what that is. But we are asking that if anyone has been confirmed with the coronavirus, that they consider giving blood. And we make it really easy. And I'll go into that in a little bit as well. But we are asking that if you have been diagnosed with the coronavirus, that you consider giving blood. And you can do that two ways. You can do a whole blood donation, or you can do the little bit more traditional way of actually only giving convalescent plasma. So the Red Cross has given about 125,000 convalescent plasma donations since June. And we're so thankful for the tens of thousands of donors that have graciously rolled up their sleeve to help those patients that are in need in the hospital. And what I can tell you is that convalescent plasma really has shown some really positive signs to help those that are seriously ill. So again, as the cases of coronavirus go up in the United States, so does the need for convalescent plasma. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about the blood donation process, what people need to know. So for starters, I would recommend that everyone make an appointment before they go and give blood. You are able to give blood at one of our donation sites, or you are able to give blood at one of our blood drives. And the process is pretty simple. You walk in our door with your appointment. We do ask that for safety reasons, you do have a face mask. You will also be screened for temperature and some coronavirus questions. Again, we really encourage that people are feeling well and healthy before they donate. So once you are in our blood centers or our blood drives, you will be greeted and give some reading information so you know what to expect throughout the process. You will then be shown to our health history area. This is an area that's very confidential, very private, and you'll be one-on-one with one of our technicians, and they'll ask you questions, medications, whether or not you've traveled. They'll take your temperature again. They'll take your blood pressure. Obviously, we want you to be the donor, you to be healthy, and we want healthy blood. So we do go with those measures. At the same time, we also do a finger prick to make sure that your iron levels in your blood are safe for you to donate blood. So after that, basically, we do put you on a donation bed. The whole body has about 10 liters of blood. And what we do is we take out 1 liter. So we have excellent staff and technician that walk you through the process. I know some people get kind of scared with the needle, but again, you're in great hands. So the needle goes in your arm and it's a slight prick, and your blood can be out of your body, the 1 liter, in about 8 to 10 minutes. So it is a pretty quick process. After that, we do escort you to our reception area just to make sure that you're hydrated. We offer some food and refreshments, and you're out the door. So the whole blood process takes about an hour of your time. So super quick and easy.
Yes.
The best thing for people to do is to go to redcrossblood.org. There you will find everything you want to know about the blood donation process, about blood, but we also make it super easy for you to make an appointment. There is a drop down box that you are able to input your zip code. And what that does is it brings up all the blood drives within your zip code area where you can give blood. From there, you can schedule an appointment at your convenience, and pretty simple ways to, help save lives.
Yes. And now, is there any population that is not eligible?
Yeah, we do have a few eligibility requirements. And again, you can find that on redcrossblood.org. Some of the major ones are you must be 17 years of age with a parental consent. We ask that you weigh 110 pounds. And when you do come to donate blood, that you bring some form of ID. Those really processes go pretty quick. Also, one of the things that I failed to mention is, we're living in this environment of COVID. The Red Cross really has put some protocols into place for the safety of our donors, our staff, and our volunteers. So, as I mentioned, everyone who does come through our doors does get their temperature taken. We do ask that everybody wear a face mask. Once you're inside, you will find sanitation, hand sanitizers. We always use sterile needles. We are really abiding by social distancing. So all our donation beds are spread out at least 6 feet apart. And as I mentioned, making an appointment is so essential these days because that really helps us limit the amount of people we have coming through our doors, and we are able to stagger appointments throughout the day to be able to meet the protocols of state orders.
Okay. Great.
So I know that's a lot of information. We can talk a little bit about the convalescent plasma donation, and that really kind of falls under our blood donation. The Red Cross is testing all our blood products for the COVID antibodies. So when you come to one of our blood drives or blood donation centers, we will be testing your blood. And what's really nice is that if your blood does test positive for COVID antibodies, we're able to send that over to the hospital for patients that are suffering for COVID. Now, keep in mind that the positive antibody test helps the donor know whether or not they have been exposed to the coronavirus. It does not diagnose that you actually have coronavirus. So I just kind of wanted to make that clear. Um, so we are testing all our blood products. It's kind of nice for the donor too. Perhaps you are wondering whether or not you've had COVID. This is a great way to find out. Go give blood, and within a week's time, the Red Cross will notify you as to whether or not you have a positive result for COVID. With that being said, once we do have those individuals that might have that positive antibody level, we are also encouraging people to give convalescent plasma. Now, the plasma process is a little bit different than giving blood from the fact that one, it takes a little bit longer, and
Mhm.
two, It's basically two needles going into your arm. One needle extracts the blood. It then goes through an apheresis machine, which separates the blood components, obviously taking out the plasma. And then the other needle, the blood products that have not been separated goes back into your body. So a little longer of a process. It takes about an hour and a half, but you're really supplying a really condensed blood component of plasma for hospital patients. So, with that being said, I also can mention that the Red Cross does have an incentive. All those people who do donate blood, platelets, plasma through the end of January are put into a chance to win Super Bowl tickets for next year's Super Bowl. So the Red Cross does have a great partnership with the NFL, and we're so happy that the NFL is partnering with us and providing this, really great incentive for next year. We also are qualifying people from January 1st to January 20th to win a 65-inch TV and a $500 gift card. So, just some little incentive for those folks that might need a little push to be able to give blood. I think that both of those are great opportunities. And
Yeah.
again, we're just really thankful for the NFL. We have a great relationship here with the Green Bay Packers as well. We hold many Green Bay Packer blood drives, and this is just an extension of the greatness that the NFL and the Red Cross has in the way of a partnership.
Yes, and Laura, what is the need? Obviously, the need for blood is always great, but obviously with COVID and some, year with blood drives being canceled and stuff, where are things right now compared to where you guys are usually at for accessible blood? Are you
Oh,
guys at like 50% of what you usually have, 70%, 90%?
right now, we can tell you that the need for blood is constant. Obviously, blood goes in and out the door every single day. Donors obviously donate, hospitals actually use blood. In our part of the country right now, I have not heard of any elective surgeries being canceled. However, we have had many blood drives canceled. We have local blood drives at schools, at local businesses, at churches, and a lot of those, due to COVID, have been closed. So we had seen a little drop in our inventory, but our donors have been just fantastic about rolling up a sleeve and trying to help during this pandemic. So again, the levels of blood vary from parts of the country, but somebody needs blood every 2 seconds. So
Wow.
the need is super great. And
Mhm.
one thing I tell people is that blood cannot be manufactured. The only way we can get it is through one another. And the biggest thing to take away too is that we cannot stockpile blood. Blood products have an expiration date. Red blood cells have an expiration date of 42 days. And platelets, which are the clotting mechanism in your blood, really are used a lot for cancer patients, and those
Mhm.
have an expiration date of 5 days.
Wow.
So, as you see, the need is tremendous. It's an ongoing need. And we are just so thankful for people that do roll up their sleeve and donate frequently. Most donors that are donating red blood cells are able to donate every 8 weeks. So we really encourage people to, make it a habit. I know the younger generation doesn't really see the need, or as the older generation has been through some tougher times and seen the need a little bit greater, but we're really trying to raise that, flag that, blood is so important. We
Yes.
never know when we're going to have an emergency surgery, whether or not you're in a trauma situation, a car accident. They say that the average car accident could possibly require 100 units of blood.
Wow.
So it's the blood on the shelves that really helps save lives during emergencies.
Well, thank you, Laura, for all of this information today. And if people are listening and they're like, I want to get out, I want to donate, what is probably, I know we're here in Wisconsin, but do they just go to the American Red Cross, or do they use generally across the board that Red Cross blood, and that will give them wherever they are in the United States?
Right. I would definitely recommend redcrossblood.org to make a appointment, or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. Right now, we don't want to, we're so gracious that people make time to come to our donation sites and our blood drives that we don't want them to wait. So it's really important that you do make an appointment. It makes the process go that much quicker. Again, redcrossblood.org, or feel free to call 1-800-RED-CROSS and talk to someone directly to make your appointment.
Wonderful, Laura. Well, thank you so much for being here this morning with us. I will drop below the links that Laura gave us and that phone number, so that will be easily accessible in the social media comments down there. But I thank you so much for being with us this morning, Laura.
Thanks for getting the Red Cross message out.
Yes, and if you guys would like to know any more about the On Air Advocate, you guys can head on over to onairadvocate.com and find out about all of our resources that we also have there. But thanks again, and everybody have a very blessed Friday. Thanks again, Laura. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.